Alright. So, I'm going to take a look at Sunshine. What do I think should be changed about this? Alright. The first and foremost thing that has always bothered me about this map is the fact that the point is here and the spawn is over there. In every single map in the entire fucking game, the point is here and then the spawn is there. It's like centered around the point, you know what I mean? So I think this map would be improved, or at least you could have a better, like, I don't know, just make more fucking sense. It would be more intuitive. And honestly, I can't explain why this is, but I think the spawn should be centered. I think that the doors shouldn't be here and here, but I think that they should be like, let me like no clip SV cheats. No clip. All right. I think the spawns should be like this should be an exit out, and then this should be an exit out, and then you can come out the left and the right. Something like that. So, this is my first issue with the map on last, is that the spawn is like on the side. I really don't understand. I really don't. The spawn should be like centered, right? So that's the first thing. Then, okay, there's like a fucking corner here. And this is, I've read the thread and it's like been addressed, but it's like, this is really annoying. Like if you're trying to fight, like hold forward here. If you back up, you're in a corner. If you back up, you're in a corner. If you back up, you're in a corner. If you back up, you're against a fucking wall. Like, it doesn't flow very well for like moving around quickly. You have to jump over a bunch of shit. I saw the potential screenshots of what changes may be coming. There's potentially going to be stairs here, which I think is good, just to make it easier to get up and down. I think the staircase is going to go right here. I thought you could put one there, you could put one here. Wouldn't really matter. I'd get rid of this as well. Keeping one of these might be interesting. Maybe it would be for the best to actually remove or shift this one over to here. I don't know. I think this wall is kind of cool, kind of interesting. You know, why not? Why not keep it? This claw thing, that's another big, hotly debated topic. I feel like it might be a bit too high. If it were maybe lower, so that more people could get on top of it, and maybe like, yeah, maybe if you're a bit lower, it'd be better. Because at the moment, it's like you're just so far away. It's kind of like, I mean, I guess you could say granary last. You know, there's big pipes. You can just stand on top of them. And maybe I don't have any argument against that. Maybe I can't justify it, but it's the most common complaint. I think the reason that it's a common complaint is that the positioning of this is so close to the choke points that when you come through, you can't actually see that they're up there. Like, this height disadvantage right here is much more significant than granary. And then this angle, you have no vision on them either. So you're pushing this way, and then they're up there, and by the time you get here, the height disadvantage is also much more extreme. You push in over here, you do have maybe even height, but there's a wall. You can't actually contest him. So that's kind of the issue, I'd say. What might be cool is if, say, this wall... actually, I don't know. I don't want to say something that's completely crazy. If the claw's lowered, engineers will have a field day. Potentially, but you could still position it so that an NG couldn't get up there. You could lower it to about that height, like halfway, and an NG still wouldn't really be able to climb up there. Maybe if he, I don't know. Can you put dispensers on a box like this? Let me test it out. So, can you build on these boxes? Okay, you can. I mean, a simple like no build on there would probably fix some issues, you know. Apparently, there's a no build on top of the claw. So even if you do get up here, you can't build up here, which is a good thing. So that can be easily countered, so that's not an issue. That's good. Sigafu just told me. So I would probably have this lowered. Because the other thing that I don't like about this last is that I actually feel like in certain circumstances it's actually very difficult to hold last because you're sitting behind a wall. Whether you're here or here, you're sitting behind a wall. If you're this far forward, you're trapped behind a wall. So maybe alleviating like this, making this flow better, would make it not feel like you're so trapped. It would allow you to be more comfortable holding forward. But then also what they've done is they've kind of pushed, this used to be much closer together, but they pushed the they pushed this position a bit further away from the point. It's not bad, but it's just, I think that this is bad. Okay, I think this is actually the problem with the map. So if you put the spawn here in the center, I kind of have been thinking about this for a while. I would get rid of this wall entirely, okay? Make this entire thing, make it kind of symmetrical almost, but not quite, because this has like this extra raised platform, so this one's a little bit more tiered. But I'd get rid of this wall, move some of these objects so that they're kind of more centered or whatever, block this sight line, use them as cover. Kind of if you think of Cold Front, pushing second on Cold Front, there's like on the right side from the defender's perspective, there's a platform that has, it's kind of like an open platform, but there's like objects in the center of it that you can kind of like fight around and orbit around, and they kind of block sight lines. But if you control that high ground, you kind of get some control over the point, but you're also like, you have places to go from there. From here though, if you just push it in high ground, like you can't hit anyone from here. There's a fucking wall, and then you just go down. It'd be cool if this wall were gone. This wall were gone, you got like kind of a raised platform here, and you could kind of fight around this side of the map. Because as it stands right now, you can't really fight over here at all. You just back into fucking spawn or you hide behind a wall. There's no fighting here. And I think it would make it a much better map. Maybe even just like make another choke just like this. Just another one right here that led through here. Sure, why not? Put like some sort of object like these, move these into the center of it, and then suddenly you have a much better like flow for the push. You could get rid of this ramp, cut that off right here, make it just a platform, then put like some stairs up the side of it, you know? I don't know. And then people could fight from the back, they could fight from the side. People would be more inclined to like use the cover here to stay forward and maybe juke around it, play on top of it, play more forward. I feel like that would be pretty good, because a lot of maps, the issue with the last design is that it makes you hold super passive. And I feel like the best lasts in the game, they give you more options than just retreating when the other team pushes. They give you like the chance to kite and like run past the other team, or like, you know, shift to another side of the map. Something like that. Not like just corner yourself. So I think that would be nice. Hello, Scudix. Oh, Scudix. I just mentioned it earlier, Scudix, but you sent me a trade offer, but you didn't send me a return trade offer link. So if you could fix that, that'd be nice. Has Sunshine been updated? This is RC5. Apparently a few clipping issues have been fixed. But yeah, I think all the things that I just mentioned would be pretty good for a good start for the map. Just making it flow better on last, making it more just of like a fighting zone rather than just like a sitting behind a walled corner zone. You know what I mean? So I think that's what I would. Did I watch Experimental Highlander? Nope. I have no idea what that means. Can you send it through Twitch or Steam? Through Steam. Just send a new trade offer. And I'm actually pretty happy with the second point here. I think it plays pretty well. I always draw comparisons to Process. there's like a left and a right flank, and then there's a center choke. I was reading the TFTV thread, and people were complaining about this valley, and I think they're completely wrong. I actually really like this because what it does is it creates a part of the map that neither team really can control, and it comes down to like team coordination to take control of this. Like I always say, or I always thought about TF2, if there's a place with no ceiling, it's fucking the Wild West, you know? There's no rules. Anyone can own it because soldiers can jump in over it, and they can like bomb, they can put spam, there can be rollers over the top. Like if there's no ceiling, it's a free, it's a contested zone, you know what I mean? If there's a ceiling like this, you can kind of control it, because if there's a ceiling, you have to have a choke point. And this, like, you can control the shit out of this. So a team can own this. It still can be used as a flank. Like, you can still fight here. You can make sneaky little plays over here. But in general, it's kind of more of a controlled zone. And then this is more of an open zone. And I really like that about this map. And I really like that about maps in general. And that's kind of what sets it apart from Process, is that on Process, both of the areas are kind of like, they're both kind of choky and ceilinged off. But this one, it's completely open, so you can make a lot of plays. It's actually similar to Metalworks in that respect, that the flank has no ceiling, so you can jump over and bomb it. You know what I mean? So what I'm thinking, yeah, I think the second point plays well. I have no complaints really about it. Midpoint plays fine, in my opinion. Like, it's very different, and it's very hard for me to play it. Like, I'm bad at it, and sometimes when I play Soldier on this mid, I have no fucking idea what to do. When I play Demo, when I play Scout, I have no idea, but that's a good thing, I'd say. Like, it means there's still stuff to be figured out. The map's not all, like, it's not all down to a science. There's still a lot of, like, freedom to try new things on this map. So really, I'd say the last is the only spot that needs some major work. The lobby, I like it. I like the changes that were made to open this up. Like this sightline, it really helps, because one thing that I really emphasize for map makers when they're making 5CP maps is pushing out of last should be possible. You know, you should build your map so that it actually facilitates pushing out of last. Because you don't want backcaps to be like super easy. So adding vision like this really helps for clearing backcaps, because you can see if there's anyone over there, and then you can quickly, having no corners here, like, there is like one corner here. Let's see if you can be seen from here. No, you could hide here. This is like the only backcap spot that I can see. The only other ones would have to be like good timing and sneaking. Like, it is fairly wide, so if a team's pushing the left side, you could probably, you know, hide somewhere like right here and then slip behind, or like right here and then slip behind. But it should be, it's fairly easy, because everything connects. So if one person comes up here to clear out last, they can check here, and then they can check here, and they can check here. Maybe, and the other thing is this right side has one entrance, so you could send one person here and nothing's backcapping. So you should send more emphasis on this side. Have someone clear out this. It's clear. Have something clear this. And then the beauty is that this connects. Like, if things connect and you can, like, clear them, like, wide, like, sweeping clears or whatever, like, you know everything's clear, no one can backcap, that's a really good thing. And the way that things connect on this map, they do help you clear out last. So, like, everything here connects to here. If someone pushes shutter, you know no one else is going to feed into here. So if someone's already cleared this, no one's going to backcap through here, you know? So that's the other thing. Teams just need good information. As long as they're coordinated well, they can push out of last. So I feel like it's not too difficult to push out of this last. There's no way it's harder to push out of this than Badlands. Badlands is so much harder because Badlands has way more entrances that are harder to cover. And much tighter corners so that people can sneak past you, and the last cap so fast that it's like over. And then on this map, like, scouts can jump up and just get on the point. Maybe since it's not as tall, like, it's easier to get spammed and, like, you're in a room, but I feel like the last is fairly easy to push out of. It's just a matter of making last a better point in general. I think that's what they really need to work on. So what do you guys think about this map? There's like a little spot on here. I don't know. I don't really see the point of this, but whatever. Sometimes actually having spots like this does help if they're scattered around the map, like just little positions that people can use to defend outside of like sitting in the back of the map, you know what I mean? So this map is confusing for new players. I don't know. I don't know if I agree with you. I don't think it's any more confusing than any other map, to be honest. But yeah.
Plant yourself on the point, mister.
If there wasn't so much variation in elevation, it'd be improved. What? I completely disagree. What the fuck? I feel like it's pretty well made in terms of terrain. Like there's good amounts of like terrain fighting, height advantage, positioning. Like I said over here, like it's even. Like there's height there, height here, and then a dip in the middle, so anyone can kind of fight over this. I don't know. Why do people prefer Luger over pistol? Just because it's fancy. I think it looks cooler, to be honest. It's a pretty cool looking pistol. Going confusing play, CP glasswork. Yeah, that one's a little bit confusing. Could use some simplification. But yeah. Seems pretty cool. I actually think this map has a lot of potential. It's just, it worries me sometimes when a map is RC5, but there's still so many issues with like a crucial part of the map, you know? But previous maps have kind of realized that they got a little bit too ambitious and maybe titled their RC5 when it should have been like a beta, but because I still feel like there's big changes that could be made on this map to make it like perfect. If the last was fixed, I think this map would be like very, very good, very solid. But the last at the moment is not very, it just doesn't feel right, you know? It doesn't feel right. So anyways, that's cool.